Okay.
One more time. Welcome to
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little technical difficulty if you're already on here. WLBT Plus, First Alert Weather. We're getting into your First Alert forecast here. There's already a little bit going on. Now we're going to get back to it for you. So a few light showers across central Mississippi so far this morning. Also keeping our eyes on some active weather to the south and the west of us. There is no guarantee that any of that is going to move into our area. I want to give you the first alert that there's stuff going on.
Yes. Again, as you mentioned, while there is still some active weather further off to the south, that's not to say that we need to necessarily worry about it just yet, but we're going to continue to keep an eye on it and watch it over the course of this afternoon and into this evening. We're pretty much mainly just looking at some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder with this front that's expected to move in, but overall not looking too bad for your election day forecasts. It was a little bit rainy for some heading outdoors this morning, but later on today, we'll be dealing with those scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, especially after the lunch hour. That's when we're looking to see that activity increase.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you have already voted early this morning, and good on you. We're going ahead and getting it done, especially if it means that you're going to be able to miss out on heavy rain. But if you haven't gotten a chance to go to the polls yet, maybe you're going to wait for lunchtime, or you're going to wait for the evening on your way home to go get in line. Just keep in mind that we are going to continue to see weather impacts to your day. Very gusty winds all day long, 30 to 35 mile an hour wind gusts. These thunderstorms that move through could reach severe criteria. We could see some damaging wind gusts come out of that. Even 35 mile an hour wind gusts can be damaging when we have a lot of weak trees, weak limbs and stuff. So just something to keep in mind. And then of course too, you may run into a little bit of rain here and there. So we've been telling you for the last 2 days to make sure you bring the rain gear with you. That, of course, goes for whether you're headed out to vote or not. If you've already done your civic duty, as they call it, then no worries on standing in line in the rain, but you still may get caught in some rain, right? So just keep the rain gear on hand just in case. And the wind is likely to stick around through the evening and the nighttime, but be a little bit calmer by the day tomorrow.
Yes. And as we mentioned, there is still a marginal risk for an isolated strong to severe storm. It's really mainly in the lower delta that risks for today and into this evening. And the main threat's really just looking to be those potential damaging wind gusts, but a brief spin up tornado can't be ruled out. So definitely want to make sure to stay alert, especially for areas along the Mississippi River and in the lower delta for today.
Yeah, just as we head into the day today. Now, this is the best model we could find. Always take any weather models we show you with a grain of salt. This is the best one we could find that does show a line of showers and storms holding together, pushing through central Mississippi, of course, starting along the Mississippi River, 1 or 2 o'clock. I know some of you are already seeing some light showers right now, but this model shows things holding together through the I-55 corridor, and then as it continues on to the east, which is a better look, and that does go in hand with the rain coverage that we were expecting into the day today. That's why we want you to have that umbrella on hand. Note, this goes right into your evening commute in some places, so be prepared to go a little bit slower. And if you're going to be driving past a polling site, Wilson mentioned this a lot this morning, take extra precautions, drive a little slow, extra slow, a little slower through those precautions. Just watch out for people that are going to be walking to and from those sites or walking near the road in those sites, just so we can avoid any accidents as we head into the rest of the day. A little bit more rain overnight, but mainly clearing up.
That frontal boundary that we're talking about kind of stalls out, and that's why there is that potential for an isolated stronger storm. But as we continue into the later part of the overnight hours and as you get ready to start your Wednesday morning commute, things will pretty much dry out, and we'll be off to a pretty good start tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and it looks like most of your Wednesday and Thursday are going to end up being dry. Now, can't rule out a spotty shower here and there throughout both of those days, but I think most of us are not going to see widespread rain again until Friday night and into the weekend. That's when our coverage starts to go back up.
And when it comes to our rainfall totals, not looking to see a whole lot, but at least we're still getting maybe close to an inch, maybe a little bit more, especially further off to the north and west. So that's definitely going to help out with our drought conditions, considering we went almost an entire month without seeing rainfall. But yeah, so over the next 7 days, we could see anywhere between an inch, maybe a little bit more, the further north you go.
Yeah. So finally seeing those totals accumulate is really nice. I do also want to give you the first alert that in parts of the lower delta, you could run into some flash flood concerns because you may see an inch or 2 inches fall just this evening with that frontal boundary. So even outside of the severe threat of gusty winds and that potential spin up tornado possibility, you also may see some flash flooding just because you could see that 2-inch mark come very quickly. The other thing we're tracking closely is
the
Raphael.
tropics. Yes, we are still watching the tropics. Right now, it's still a tropical storm with sustained 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's expected to gain strength over the up-and-coming days to reach Category 1 hurricane strength by Wednesday and into Thursday. But as it enters into the Gulf, it is going to lose steam because of the wind shear, and we're also entering into cooler waters considering how late it is into hurricane season. So it is going to run out of steam entering into the Gulf of Mexico. And there is still a wide range of uncertainty on where it could potentially end up along the Gulf Coast. So for us here at home, I would say the main impacts, if we do see any, would probably be some rain, maybe some gusty winds, but not looking to see major impacts from the system, considering it is going to lose strength as it moves further into the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, and it's so far away too. At this point, there's no guarantee that we'll see even any impacts from it, but I do agree the main impact we would see is not even concerning, just some wind and a little bit of rain, which we've been looking for in our forecast that we've finally gotten to. So that might make it here by the end of the weekend. Even if that misses us entirely, we've still got rain in your first alert forecast for the weekend. So don't make your plans based on what that tropical system is doing, because we are expecting rain either way.
Yes, and we're going to see a slight drop in our temperatures into the 70s, but it's still going to feel pretty warm and muggy with that the amount of moisture and the rain that's going to be around for this weekend. Luckily, though, we are still watching what could happen next week. Another front on the way could bring some more actual fall-like temperatures.
Oh, that would be so great.
So hopefully that continues to hold true with our models that continue to update. So, but until then, we'll be dealing with these low to mid 80s potentially tomorrow in some places, and for the rest of the work week.
Yeah, I said that this morning too. It's snowing in the Rockies. We're still going to be in the mid 80s today and tomorrow. Not even going to leave the 80s until potentially Friday, and that's mainly just because it will be cloudy and rainy in some places. So just abnormally warm weather continuing for us, but it does look potential.
Yes,
there is the potential for us to see that cooler weather finally next week. And I know we said that last week about this week. So, you know,
we'll see what happens.
It's Mississippi weather.
It can't make up its mind, apparently.
But eventually we will cool off. We know that to be true. And we finally got rain back in the picture. We kept telling you, you know,
I guess it's one step at a time.
Yeah,
we'll get the rain first, and then maybe some cooler temperatures.
Right, exactly. So we're getting there, and it's already warm and a little bit muggy out there. Temperatures right now are sitting around the mid to upper 70s. Because I didn't highlight it.
That's okay.
You can see that frontal boundary actually back to our west, already into the upper 70s for you at 10:12 this morning. That's a quick warm up.
Yes. And I know. Yeah, it's definitely going to be warm and muggy for the rest of today. Highs hopping out in the low, potentially mid 80s, especially for areas further off to the east that don't see the rain until later on today, if that front can, or if those rain showers can make it that way further off to the east. So it's definitely still going to be pretty warm. Even, I mean, it's already 78 degrees here in Jackson. So
yeah, quick warm up for you. So short sleeves and the rain gear as you head out to the polls early this morning. It's not that early this morning, but on your Tuesday. And even this evening, things are not going to change all that much for us. Then we have drier conditions for you tomorrow and Thursday. But that's about it in our first alert forecast for right now. Yes, we're going to look ahead for some cooler weather, but until then, we'll just keep appreciating the rain.
Yes, we will.
All right, so we'll have someone else back here with you at 2:30. Of course, you can always get updates on our free First Alert weather app. And have a great rest of your day and get out and vote.
Yes.